Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to cover 5 fascinating facts about samurai warriors. Starting at number 5. Live by the code. The samurai lived by a code known as the Bushido, which translates in English to the way of the warrior. The 8 virtues of the Bushido code are as follows. Righteousness. Be acutely honest throughout your dealings with all people. Believe in justice not from other people but from yourself. Heroic courage. Hiding like a turtle in a shell is not living at all. A true warrior must have heroic courage, and it is living life completely, fully and wonderfully. Benevolence and compassion. Through intense training and hard work, the true warrior becomes quick and strong. They are not as most people. They develop a power that must be used for good. They have compassion. They help their fellow man at every opportunity. If one does not arise, they will go out their way to find one. Respect. True warriors have no reason to be cruel. They do not need to prove their strength. Warriors are respected for their strength in battle, but also their dealings with others. The true strength of a warrior becomes apparent in difficult times. Honesty. When warriors say that they will complete an action, it is as good as done. Nothing will stop them from completing what they say they will do. Speaking and doing are the same action. Honour. Warriors have only one judge of honour and character, and that is themselves. Decisions they make and how these decisions are carried out are a reflection of who they are. You cannot hide from yourself. Duty and loyalty. Warriors are responsible for everything that they have done, everything they have said, and all the consequences that follow. They are immensely loyal to all those in their care. Self-control and character. Warriors should behave according to absolute moral standard. A warrior should know the difference between what is good and bad and right and wrong. And it is an obligation to teach his children moral standards through the model of his own behaviour. And number 4. Die by the code. If a samurai failed to live by the code, they were expected to volunteer themselves into a ritual suicide ceremony known as seppuku, also known as harikiri. It would start with a ceremonial bathing, then the samurai would be dressed in white robes and given his favourite meal. After finishing his meal, he would then write a death poem, expressing his final thoughts. After this, he would carry out the suicide by stabbing himself in the stomach. At this point, another samurai, normally a friend, would behead him. Number 3. Female samurai. While samurai is strictly a masculine term, the Japanese Bushi class did feature women who received training in martial arts and strategy. These women were called Onna Bugeisha, and they were known to participate in combat along with the males. When remains from the site of the Battle of Senbon Matsaburo in 1580 were DNA tested, 35 out of 105 bodies were found to be female. And number 2. The weapons. As warriors, the samurai employed a number of different weapons. They originally carried a sword called the chikutu, which was essentially a smaller, slimmer version of the straight sword. As sword-making techniques progressed, the samurai switched to curved swords, which evolved into the katana, probably the most famous sword in the world. And it is said the samurai's soul was in his katana, which made it the most important weapon he carried. They also carried a smaller blade called a daisho, which was a status symbol used exclusively by the samurai. They also used longbows, spears, and later in the 16th century they began using rifles and cannons. And last but not least, Western samurai. Just like in the movie The Last Samurai, under special circumstances, someone from outside Japan could fight alongside the samurai and even become one himself. This was a special honour which included a new Japanese name and samurai weapons, and he could only be granted this by territorial lords or the warlord himself. History only knows of 4 Western men who were granted this opportunity. Adventurer William Adams, his colleague Jan Justin van Loestenstein, Navy officer Eugene Kalash, and an arms dealer, Edward Schnell. Anyways guys, that's the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.